नमस्कार येवकार तुमकां सेक्शन 39A ऑफ TCP हें स्क्रॅप करचें हो मुवमेंट सुरू जालो इनफ इज इनफ मुवमेंटान आनी ताका लीड करताले जस्टीस फेर्दिन रेबेलो आनी ताजे उपरांत सगळे कडेन ताजे अवेरनेस जाले आनी सद्या एक लार्जर मुवमेंट जाता असो दिसता. आतां ह्या मुवमेंटा विशीं आनी फ्युचर कितें आसा हें सगळें जाणा जावन घेवपा खातीर आमी मेळपाक आयिल्ले आसा जस्टीस फर्दिन रेबेलो. देव बरें करूं सर. ही आमची सगळ्यान दीस इज आवर फर्स्ट इंटरव्यू विथ हिम, सो खुबशे अशे बेसीक क्वेश्चन्स आसतले जे बाकीच्यांनी घडये विचारले पूण आमी तांकां विचारतले. सो टू स्टार्ट वीथ एक हांवें प्रश्न एक व्हिडियो काडलो जाका लागून आय फेस लॉट ऑफ बॅकलॅश. मेनी पीपल वर रेटेड बिकॉज विरेश बोरकर वॉज ऑन स्ट्रायक. And my intention was की Ferdino Rebello तुम्ही खंय आसा, you should come and be with him or at least give support to him. So again I am asking the same question to you की सर तुम्ही खंय आशिल्ले त्या दिसा?
I think दोन रिप्लाय म्हाका दिसता दिल्यात आनी तातूंत सांगून दिलां की सद्या हांव गोंय आसना म्हणून.
हय, मुंबय
हांव बॉम्बे आसली म्हणून, मुंबय आसली म्हणून. आनी आमची कोर कमिटी मनीस जे आसलेत न्ही ते गेलेत थिंगा आनी आमची अंडरस्टँडींग आमची कोर कमिटी अंडरस्टँडींग आसा की हांव पर्सनली खंय कितें जाता थिंगा आय शूड नॉट गो म्हणून. माय म्हजो भाग आसा टू गिव लिगल एडवायस, टू हेल्प ऑर्गनायज and to take the movement forward. Kityaq if I go to one place, then everybody will expect that I have to go everywhere. That is not possible and may not also be the best interest of the movement. Kityaq amche vichar je astat they have been crystallized into a 10-point charter, and these are combined charters interlinked to each other. As kind of these are not they are interlinked, except that one issue, casino. But that also is interlinked. That is the issue pertaining to the Mandovi, pollution of the Mandovi. So indirectly it is, but not to land laws. Others are all interconnected basically to land laws. And carrying capacity, again referable to Town and Country Planning Act. And so they were there, and the RGP, they have their own right to, if they want to carry on their own movement. Now, since you asked me the question, I will tell you. After Manoj Parabache ek bhashan thing aikle, I wrote to him on WhatsApp की श्रीधाम पाले लोकांचो इश्यू that is genuine, that has to be supported. In fact, I was myself trying to find out legal basis to further. I spoke to Tahir who is in America. I spoke to Sapnesh here to gather some information, and I was trying to help to add additional objection file केले. To file additional objections
before TCP.
Tatu suddenly this issue came up. So fine, they are entitled to take their own way.
So his speech was a problem. Ki त्याने सांगले की all parties should come.
They have the right as a political party to take their own stand. Amgal stand ki all those who want to support this movement have to come together. They should not go unless they have got different approaches.
All those minus BJP jata sadhya, because BJP will not obviously support you.
I don't know because we have met the Chief Minister, we have spoken to him. Some issues he looks like he has understood. Kit जाते we have no idea.
So तुम्ही चीफ मिनिस्टराक मेळता उपरांत 1-2 म्हयने जाल्ले आसा आनी तेजे उपरांत हो मुवमेंट जालो आनी तेन्ना आमी जे स्टबर्ननेस पळयले ऑफ चीफ मिनिस्टर आनी इवन विश्वजीत राणे ते पळयल्यार तुमचो जो मिटींग जाली तांच्या बरोबर ही डजंट सिम्स टू बी कन्विन्स विथ युअर मिटींग.
I can't tell what is in the mind of the Chief Minister. Only he knows and his party knows. But we also get feedbacks. So some feedbacks had come. So I can't take this in. But if people want to, it looked like some issues were being considered seriously. So let's wait for what happens in the assembly.
Some issues like, because this 39A
Somebody says that 39A has been looked into seriously. That was what.
scrapping.
I can't tell whether it's scrapping, because आमगे demand की थे, I'm not only scrapping. कि लोका की खबर ना, just repealing the section is no answer. It has to be repealed from the day it was introduced. Retrospectively, that is our demand in the bill.
जर कोणी बिल्डिंग बांधली त्याच्या
अंडर so whatever has been constructed, we say law would say that you can't undo. But where construction has not been completed, where OC is not obtained,
okay,
we said आणखी लागून not because of 39A only. दोन कायदे आसात, 91 Act which says tenanted land cannot be converted. Tenanted land म्हणजे कितें, orchard, paddy fields and etc. हो कायदो आसा आनी हो कायदो कितें म्हणटा, notwithstanding anything contained in any other law. So even under 39A, they convert by virtue of this section 3 of that act, 91 Act. They cannot change the nature of the land. Em shanpon कित केला to change the regional plan. Paddy field, if comes a regional plan, can come into the settlement zone. But can come into the settlement zone. But all कायदो जो आसनी 91 Act तो म्हणटा notwithstanding anything in the plan, you cannot convert. वो कायदो आसा, and in spite of that they are giving permissions. Hill slopes. तेव्हा petition तयार झाला. Within the next 2 weeks, that petition also will be filed, because petition file केली. High Court has dismissed it. But जे point of मुद्दे जे आम्ही आता we have found out, their point the petition आसून.
Okay.
So we are raising new points which were not raised in the earlier petitions. And we feel that challenge to section 17A is also a strong case. So under 17A, फक्त the chairman of the town and country planning board are power asa. Not the town and country planning board.
The chairman.
Only the chairman. Board has got no say. What is happening is the board has taken over the power of the chairman, and they are granting permissions. Secondly, तो I point म्हणला सगळे कडेन, map आसात prepared by the Survey General of India. Now Survey General of India फक्त गोंया mapping करना. It is all over India, and that is the official survey of the government of India, and also under the Land Revenue Code. Again, 2010 chairman of town and country board एक explanatory memorandum to section 17A म्हणून काढलो की only hills with gradient of less than 25, between 10 is a hill, 10 to 25 you can cut म्हणून.
10 म्हणतात तुम्ही.
10 is the, after 10 is a hill.
Okay.
Below 10 is
2010 काढलं हे म्हणतात.
कोण काढला? By the chairman of town country planning board.
Okay.
And explaining that this what will be followed would be the Survey General of India's counter plans.
Okay.
And town and country planning board power na, they have made some resolutions allowing private architects to
decide
to change the counter plan of the Survey General of India. Just imagine the havoc now. Kon parliamental law, private architect, Survey General of India says Himalayas is X feet. No, it is not X feet. According to our law, it is X minus Y. So we can now go to the Himalayas and develop the Himalayas also. So what is happening in Goa is this. This is what we are fighting for.
दाने दाने में आरोग्य प्राप्तिरस्तु, दाने दाने में सौभाग्य प्राप्तिरस्तु। अमृत जैसा इसका स्वाद, ये है पौष्टिकता का प्रसाद। कण कण में पंचामृता, रग रग में पंचामृता, तन मन में पंचामृता, देश भर में पंचामृता, घर घर में पंचामृता प्राप्तिरस्तु।
शुद्ध भी, स्वाद भी, सेहत भी। पंचामृता खाओ, हेल्थी जियो।
सो आतां 39 एजचे जेन्ना एजिटेशन जालें पळय, आय एम कमिंग बॅक टू द सेम
Yeah.
पॉयंट. सो you have drafted a bill right now which is to be presented in the assembly. So you require support of all the political parties.
Yes.
So हे जेन्ना हे जालें, बिकॉज आय एम जस्ट ट्रायंग टू फायंड अ आन्सर. जेन्ना एजिटेशन हांगा आझाद मैदानाचेर जालें, सगळे पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज आशिल्ले. दिस वॉज अ वन प्लेस वेर except BJP, all political parties were there. This is the best place where I think anyone could have come and said, ki, this is a thing, let us take away.
Before that, the bill was given to everybody.
All the MLAs.
We had given the bill to the leaders of all political parties, including of RGP, including the ruling party. So bill them come, we had already given the bill.
So if this bill is passed, the entire issue is settled.
Most issues will be settled. Most issues will be settled. Tu jana, thoda issues here and there will remain, but most issues will be settled. Settled in the context of one, Goan agricultural land will not be allowed to be transferred for non-agricultural purpose and will not be allowed to be sold, if it can be sold, to a person who is not resident in Goa for at least 30 years. And in the objects and reason clause, I mentioned Kela, Goa is a small state of 3,712 odd square kilometers. Tantum practically 35% is forest, and the 15% is paddy fields and orchards, etc., etc. And settlement is 531 and 34 or 31 square kilometers. So therefore, here the bill the pass and the object of the town and planning act 16 years hardly in 1997. You cannot convert other than as provided in the regional plan. Okay. Suddenly in 98 Act section 16B hardly that you can change. But तातूंत एकच clause आसलो की in public interest म्हणून. Now, I don't know how public interest was, but so at least some दाखले आसले की in 24 Act 16B was repealed with retrospective effect, and in this section came आतूंत कांय guidelines नात. You go, you apply, and they grant you approval. Whether they are paddy field which are tenanted, that's why not. Whether this is emphasis land of Komindat, that's why not. And any important issue has, I am paying to lokamukar. ये कौन म्हणतात emphasis Komindat land. Komindat land 3 land असतात. एक short term tenancies only for paddy fields. They could be given an auction for 3 or 4 years under the code of Komindat. So on Tiller's Day, they became deemed owners. Dus haslet tenancies of long-term tenants, 15 to 20 years. Again, mostly agricultural land. And तीसरा haslet emphasis. Again, emphasis is lease, because you have pay तू आतमका 4 फारी करता लो until you redeemed it. So if on the Tiller's Day, if the emphasis had not been redeemed, you become a deemed owner by virtue of the tenancy law, not by virtue of emphasis. You may have paid the 4 ultimately, but you still become a tenant on that date, and all these lands cannot be converted. Or because agriculture means paddy fields, horticulture, including coconut groves, cashew groves, everything. mango groves, everything. But हे सगळे ते कोण चोयनात, they are not looking at it, and just granting permission left and right.
That there is always excuse given by government कि when we have this case to case basis convergence allowed, right, from 39A onwards or before that also, because आमचे बारीक जे पॅकेट्स आसा जाग्याचे, फॉर एग्जाम्पल हांव आसा, म्हाका तर नवीन घर बांदपाचें आसा, गोंयकारूच आसा, तेका कन्वर्जन एलाव करपा जाय म्हणून. सो द ऑब्जेक्शन तुमी काडलें की तांकांय प्रॉब्लेम जातलो सो दिसता.
No, again, regional planaंक 534 square kilometers of land is reserved for settlement. Okay. Now you are pointing out to difficulties for small persons. Okay.
Smaller package.
Now the regional plan is not a plan for a lifetime. It has to undergo periodic revisions. So when it undergoes periodic revision, तेन्ना असली तो दाखली केस जो आसात न्ही, they can be put at the time of revising the plan, and at that point of time,
But
those
revision is decadal, means every 10 years and I have to wait for 10 years.
naturally, nobody is in a hurry. You are not going to run off. At least that much must be. You can't. Section 17(2) is now the High Court has read down to correct arithmetical and other mistake which has happened down there. Because once you formulate a plan, it is not a con-bus thing. You take the requirements of the people for the next 10-20 years. हे सगळे विचार करून, and again to protect the environment and ecology, which is the most important part of any town and country planning, because you have to leave certain things out of planning. For example, forests, whether private forests or government forests, can't be cut. Conservation of Forest Act asa. So you can't cut them. So you can't allow because say that's cutting garna, but it falls in forest. You can't. That is the law.
So what is the way out? Wait for the regional plan, next regional plan, and apply during that regional plan.
You have to wait, and we could make an exception. Okay. If there are genuine cases of locals, locals put a cut-off date who you can treat as locals. For example, एक घरां समज दोग बाहात, तीग बाहात, and the house temche, that's not sufficient for them. Okay, provide for some loose that in such cases of less than 500, less than 300, that an amendment can be proposed in such cases. We are not going to, nobody is going to shout in such cases, because they will be...
Precisely 39A was that kind of thing.
No, 39A was, I don't know, that was not the case. 39 is anybody can walk into everything and do anything. See, 39A was not the only law. They brought in another law in 2024, and that title is change of no change of agricultural land. Now, marriage. But Tatu kit madla, and that is only for paddy fields. And Tatu section 3 akit gasla. If paddy field come into settlement by virtue of exercising 39A, then you can. Then they are come into settlement, and then they can, without looking into, as I tell, the other law. We said, notwithstanding anything in this plan, you can't convert. So it is 39A has done the greatest mischief to Goa.
Okay, sir, आता पहिले आमी रिजनल प्लॅन 2011 जालो, तेन्ना मागे बोआ जालो, हे जालो, ते जालो, 21 जालो. We are in 26 right now.
Right.
So already we are working on an expired regional plan. तुमको पळयत जाल्यार जो तुमची जे enough is enough movement, I think, is there a demand to have a regional plan in place?
No, that is not an issue before us. That is for the government to take a decision whether they want to to go back to the provisions of the Town and Country Planning Act and take steps to either amend this regional plan or to have a fresh plan. So that's a political decision. That we can't say.
But that is a solution right now.
Solution for what?
Means all this, if you say I don't want 39A, I don't want all these sections, and people want to even convert, for example, means genuine convergence. So the only solution is to have a proper.
But then again, there you can provide, if you want to really help, you can bring in a small amendment to the law. न्ही?
थंच मागीर मिसयूज जाता न्ही प्रॉब्लम.
No, but then you have to specify न्ही, that only lands below 500 square meters belonging to X, and if you make out a case that they really require it for the purpose of housing, the language, if somebody wants, I can supply. If they want a language, I can supply. So you can always make an exception to a few cases, but provided that land otherwise can be converted.
It's not a paddy field or it's not a
Orchard.
forest. Okay.
If those lands can be converted. If lands cannot be converted, then you can't say that I'm going to allow conversion. That's not possible.
आता कशें इन्स्टिट्यूशनल पर्पजा खातीरूय खूब जाण म्हणटा की हें केलां. आमी वी वर टॉकिंग टू विजय सरदेसाय, तो म्हणटा आपणे जितले कन्वर्जन्स केले ते मेजॉरिटी ऑफ इन्स्टिट्यूशनल पर्पज. इज स्पीकिंग अबाउट सम मिशनरीज, इज स्पीकिंग अबाउट स्वामी, इज मिन्स ऑल दोज टॉकिंग अबाउट बोथ द रिलिजन्स. सो तेन्ना मागीर कितें करचें पडलें? इफ सम इन्स्टिट्यूशन वॉन्ट आय एम कमिंग अप विथ दिस project.
Anybody make कित्या कानून म्हणून आसा न्ही, there is a law. If the law says you cannot convert unless you change the law.
So there is no relief for them.
You are asking something illegal. What relief can be given? Can you ask somebody, when the law says you can't convert, give me permission to convert? Whoever it may be, whether religious institution, some institution. And तुम्ही now Kominda तुम्ही act amend केला, okay, allowing Komindas to give wholesale 1 lakh square meters of land for purposes. I am only asking one question in a lighter vein now. हे जो युनिवर्सिटी जे येतात न्ही, कोणा भुरग्यांक?
प्रायवेट युनिवर्सिटी.
कोणा भुरग्यांक? तुम्ही म्हणटात IIT you want land, huge square kilometers. IIT is based on merits. Okay? It is not for Goan students. If Goan students pass out and in JEE and reach that particular level, they'll, as per their choice, they'll be admitted, and they will naturally, if they are at the top list, they will not come to a Goa IIT.
Yeah, they'll.
So this IIT, I think I can't understand. And those IITs, they require huge lands. We can have universities which go horizontally. Sorry, rather vertically, not horizontally. Vertically. But them are huge campuses, and going to the campus are that why don't you, for example, the engineering college Farmagudi asa, why can't you convert that into a center of excellence? So just apply your mind, and yeah, this institutions, Amgal Burgwatatni, convert that into center of excellence. Why are you saying IIT is IIT is IIT? Here we are giving land and no benefit for the Goan people or the youth of Goa. So sometimes some application of mind karpa jayne.
So to me, otherwise you could have lived a retired life. You have done enough. You are MLA. You are trade union leader also. As you, when actually you thought enough is enough?
एक वर्ष पयलीं हांव बीन येता आनी वता न्ही, हांव 2-3 कडेन म्हाका आपयल्लेत, आनी हे सगळी चर्चा जाली दॅट मनी बॅग्स आर कमींग एंड जस्ट, आनी लोक सांगतात म्हाका पॅडी फील्ड ते विचार, दे जस्ट गो टू द हावजीस ऑफ पीपल इन द नायट टायम, टेक अ मनी बॅग एंड से दिस इज, टेक दिस एंड यू जस्ट साइन. Conversion is not your problem, that is our problem. This is what stories I started getting after meeting people. And market being a former judge, I was reluctant to enter into this. Now you said, why don't you go to a side where people are protesting? I have my certain cut-off lines. Okay. I have to maintain that dignity of the office which I was holding. Okay. I can't bring it down because that is the office of a Chief Justice of a High Court. So and people Mark appeal lokan ulopak, and I was frankly even now I was wondering amchi burgyank zal kai mun, what has happened to our youngsters? Anyay kat zatni. It is the youngsters who first raise their voice anywhere. But going te zay na. So whenever somebody, even a small group of somebody म्हाका आपयतात की talk to the youngsters, हांव धांवता कित्याक लागून I want to speak to them, to know their mind. Why are you keeping quiet? Because a society which is stagnant, it's the youth who revolt, who lead society, who lead dynamism in the society. आमचे youth who revolt करणार, what is going to happen to the society? It's going to be a dying society. So that was that हांव तो प्रश्न I was raising every year, what is happening to our youth? And in December, I came for, normally I come for 4 weeks in December, or sometimes more than that also. And the Hermalj, I read in the newspapers about the Hermalj agitation. And that was my last point. I said, how long can people go on fighting individually in groups? It is time that everybody is mobilized. So that is the point of time I said, okay, fine, this is my mobile number. I am ready to help. So because really, I just could not, because youth are not youth by Sarnath. गांव-गावांनी लोक आपल्या individually they are fighting. It should have been a collective fight of everybody, because everybody is fighting on the same issue. Scrapping 17(2), scrapping 39A, controlling 17A and 39A, repealing 39A. So that is the point. Then I said, okay, what's the point now? Let us broadly formulate what are the issues. No, a colony, this was a residential colony. A raste hatni. When you say you leave a road place, you leave a distance. If you check up with any road engineer, if the road is say of 3 meters, then it must have footpaths of X meters. So when you say the road width is X, you must calculate not the footpath, that road width. And sometimes even that is Sagla Kadenanga, using some FAR is being changed. It was some 0.85 or so, I think, then it was 0.85. Now double FAR detat. I don't get even 1 hour water supply. Rasti je bandle te are still now father baripa laglat. Electricity goes off and on. Ayat solar gatla. Just installed solar. Azun I think they have to do the connection, but installation zala. So why are we giving permissions for further development unless you give basic necessities to people? Existing people. Chief Minister says, I assure you 4 hours. I'm 4 hours dini. And then if you can't give me 4 hours, and if you are allowing taller building, the same water which we are supplying this colony, you'll have to supply to them also. So mark ek war dital to, that may come half an hour or a trickle. Now, is there no thinking process? And I don't want to speak, I don't want to enter into. But how long can these people misuse the law to profit themselves? I'm just asking the question to Vishal Mamaka. This is just mean profiteering. Builder eta sangta, what can we do? They come to us and tell us, we will give you more FAR. FSI or FAR, whatever it is. Contractors tell me, says, if I profit, why should I not give? That is the answer.
जॉन बाब टायर झाल्या मरे ब्रेक आनी कशें लागतले
मुझे भाशेन हड्डे जाले इथे
हॉडी चेंज कर मरे
कितें
टायर चेंज कर मरे
खंय चेंज केल्या बरें येच योकोहामा टायर एक्सप्रेस
ओय योकोहामा टायर एक्सप्रेस सगळे टायर सोल्यूशन एका जाग्यार नवे टायर्स विथ 5 years अनकंडिशनल वॉरंटी
वाह
मॅगविल्स
वाह
टायर चेंज टायर सर्विस
वाह
नायट्रोजन गॅस बिल अलाइनमेंट एंड बॅलन्सिंग
अरे वाह.
पेपरलेस बिलिंग आनी जायते हे सगळे बेस्ट प्राइस आनी एक्सप्रेस सर्विस
आणि सारखी बटर आणि सर्विस सारखी फास्ट मरे
Pashno Express, Yokohama Tire Express, opposite Sunshine Hospital, Alem Highway, Margaon. Admo dotarage otmare.
होय.
So there is now again the discussion about how much heights FAR should be allowed. That is also, I think, another
The
issue.
petition, no, I'm going to follow the existing law. Look at your road.
I know.
Look at the road in the context of the Indian Road Congress, which says driveway and footpaths. Don't bypass that.
Okay, sir, at the last 39 H at the now assembly session, they will discuss. What is your prediction from that?
I'm not an astrologer.
Do
What
you
I-
think that there will be changes, it will be scrapped,
I don't know first and foremost whether it has been allowed to be brought up
listed?
during the listed. अजून माहिती ऐकलं ना whether it was brought up.
Speaker has said आपण discussion allow करता.
So one, what has happened is Yuri Alemam I think was the first to table it. I think Wenzi also has tabled it. I think Sardes has also tabled it. आणि आज ऐकते प्रमाणे आमचो MLA from Reginald,
हां
he has also tabled it. पण म्हाका आता नाविले आसलो, somebody mentioned it to me.
हां
And then I ऐकला की Goa, the RGP has tabled their own bills. I don't know what the bills are.
4 bills. there.
So I don't know whether they are part of our act or independent. And Jeet Arolkar वाचलं की he has also some tabled some bill. Now whether it is to frustrate, I have no idea. But let us see. We are hoping that whatever is good in that bill, if Amka speaker tells me, I have not addressed the house after leaving the assembly, but at least I have addressed these members of MLAs and ex-MLAs at least thrice at the request of the speakers of
During the legislators' day.
No. Otherwise, independently.
Acha. Okay.
Independently, I have been asked to address legislators. Thrice I have addressed them.
Goa legislature.
Goa legislators. And one was Governor Harmalkar had asked me when he was to speak both legislators and that issue asked for special status for Goa.
Special state.
So on that one, before that was the new MLAs who had come in. Kona, I don't know who it was, but I spoke to them. Then it happened that some of them defected. So somebody blamed me for that.
8 of them.
No, this is anything. I am talking about distance.
Acha.
When I was a lawyer practicing in Goa,
You're talking about 70s.
that was 1995 or
okay.
before 1995. Yeah,
At that time you had addressed.
that time.
Not recent. Recently you addressed legislators.
No, recently I addressed when after I retired as Chief Justice, Governor Harmalkar, as he was Speaker, he called me to speak on this issue
Okay.
of special status for Goa.
Okay. So now your expectation is that expecting something at least.
I hope there is some reasonable discussion that the Chief Minister will make some stand that either he will immediately do something or I was given to understand that it is gone to the law department for vetting.
Acha.
That's what somebody mentioned to me. Because I have personally not checked
Vetting
up.
after amendments, you mean?
Vetting the amendments. Sometimes you check whether this is legally permissible or you can't enact a law which is against the constitution, for example.
So you have faith in Chief Minister that he will do something.
I have, to me, democracy everybody is a part of this democratic structure. We have spoken, sent letters to the Chief Minister, spoken to him, and it is for them to, they may have the compulsions of either accepting or not accepting, that is to them. But we as a movement we are very clear that this has to be accepted. If somebody tells us, well, have a fresh look at this section because of this, we are open to look at it. But as I see it, there is no legal infirmity बट तरीक आसतना कोण म्हाका सांगलें की वी मे फायंड दीस एज अ लिगल इन्फॉर्मेटीव. वेल we'll have a look at it, and if requires course correction, I'm open to course correction.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time. So, आशिल्ले जस्टीस फर्दिन रिबेलो इनफ इज इनफ मुवमेंट तो स्टार्ट जाल्लो ते नंतर आतां वी आर वेटिंग फॉर द असेंब्ली सेशन because the entire discussion on 39A and entire discussion around the land use plan and how to save Goa's land will happen in the assembly. So you're watching this interview HubEncounter on your favorite channel Goa News Hub. Keep watching.
अरे उस प्लान का क्या हुआ?
इस वीकेंड पे चले क्या?
गाइस, हिमाचल और केरला?
नहीं यार, इट्स टू कोल्ड. तो फिर गोवा चले क्या?
ओके, लेट्स गो फॉर इट. डन? डन. फ्लाइट टिकट्स तो बुक हो गए हैं.
पर वहाँ घूमेंगे कैसे?
रेंट कार बुक करें?
ओके.
अरे यार, ये तो बहुत एक्सपेंसिव है.
अरे हाँ, गोवा है यार, बाइक ले लेते हैं.
ओके.
भैया, हमें रेंट बाइक देखना है, कुछ नया, पावरफुल, स्टाइलिश.
कितना दिन के लिए चाहिए?
2 दिन के लिए.
तो ये वाला लीजिए, होंडा का डिओ 125
ओह नाइस.
The all-new Honda Dio 125. Bold design, powerful 125cc performance, and smooth rides made for Goa.
रेंट कार नहीं लिया, वो बेस्ट डिसीजन था.
बहुत ही कंफर्टेबल राइड थी
और काफी स्टाइलिश भी है.
और हैंडलिंग भी स्मूथ है.
ऑल्सो इट वॉज अ ग्रेट फन.
यस.
Honda Dio 125. Rent it, ride it, live Goa.